last week, we got the announcement that GTA 6 was going to be delayed. And
Yes.
I will ask this because we didn't talk about it, so I'll ask this question. I will say it first. I don't care. Everybody was surprised. On Ballbusters, some of the guys were surprised that I have not played a GTA game since Vice City. I just don't care. I am completely out of it. It's not that I hate it. I just don't care.
Yeah, just not for you.
Yeah, the franchise moved away from me simply enjoying it, so I just don't care. You like it? That's great. That's great. Jed, do you care about GTA 6?
Not really. I've only ever played GTA 5 once, just the single player campaign, and I enjoyed it fine enough. It's not the type of game for me. Just like you said, it's just not for me. So I respect the hell out of it because it's made $7 billion at this point.
One of the most profitable franchises in history.
It's ridiculous, but
made so much money. It's ridiculous.
I prefer the Red Dead franchise that they have. GTA doesn't affect me at all,
which they've abandoned in favor of GTA.
For right now, I mean, RDR2 only came out in 2019. They only really do. Was it 18? They only really do one game at a time right now.
Well, that's part of the problem. They don't make games a lot. They take a lot of time to make a single game, and you just hope it isn't broken. Dre, do you care about GTA?
As far as getting it, no. I was never a big GTA guy. I've played them obviously over the years, and I respect what these games represent as far as sandboxes are concerned, and the impact that this game had, as a franchise, has had on the gaming industry. I have a lot of respect for it, and I am curious just to see how big this game will get. But I am more interested in the impact that this game is going to have, because whatever year this game drops, it's going to be the highest selling game of the year. It's not even close. It's not even worth debating. It's what it is. And I'm interested in to see the explosiveness of the impact the game's going to have, how it's going to shoot freaking Rockstar to the freaking moon overnight. I'm interested in seeing the cultural impact of it. But for me, myself, I've never been a big GTA guy. I've played them, obviously, but it's just not my type of franchise. It's just not my type of franchise. But I am really interested in seeing how it's going to impact it.
So it got pushed back, and I'm of the belief they did this for multiple reasons. Okay. I think they pushed it back, one, because they're going to try and sell this for $100.
Without question.
The trial balloon didn't go well, but by the time we get there, I think people and I've heard enough of discussions from other streams, other channels. People are going to pay the money. They know people will pay the money for this.
They're going to pay.
They're going to pay. Because
it's just like Nintendo people. They are the audience is so whipped that they'll take whatever they're given.
Yeah. So they will pay the money. They know it. Two, I don't think the game is even close to being ready. I don't think it's ready.
Especially for what the scope and size that they're working with for it. And like this supposed to be like what's been reported as the biggest sandbox game ever created. They pulled all the resources, just like you had mentioned before about the Red Dead team and everybody else. Everybody has been pulled from their projects to work on GTA 6.
They've been working on this for a decade. They've been working on it for a decade.
Yes.
Yeah, the budget's almost $1 billion on its own.
$2 billion. No, it's $2 billion. Oh, it's $2 billion.
I can believe it.
It is called. I did this research we talked about like Mellow Mondays months and months ago, even last year, I think. This game costs $2 billion to make. The thing is, GTA Online has made billions upon billions of dollars. And the third thing I think they want to try and do is they're trying to shorten, because I don't think they're going to release the online version when they release the base game. I don't think that's happening.
They are got to delay that.
But what I think they're trying to do is to shorten the delay, because I've been on the record saying this, and this is my belief. In order to make this the success that 5 and online has been, they're going to have to figure out a way to appease the whales of GTA Online. You're going to have to give them some sort of wealth transfer option. Not all your shit, but maybe near equal to what all your shit is worth. So you can start over again and build your online empire on your servers and all that shit. I think they're working on that and trying to test what is the most feasible way to do it. I think, and so that maybe 2-3 months down the line, they say, okay, guys, GTA 6 online is ready to go. If you're playing GTA 5 online, we're going to do server transfer, server wealth transfer. Here's what we've worked out. Now enjoy and keep giving us money. I think those are the factors that have gone into this.
That would be a really, really intelligent thing to do, but also that the implications on how to do that technically would be astronomical amount of the amount of cost
I
in
just
general
It's a
of how to
dangerous
do
thing
it.
to have all those people lose the tens
I
of
agree.
thousands of dollars they've invested in
I
online
agree. I mean, the
because
best thing that they can do, and I mean, once again, I don't
yeah,
work for Rockstar. I don't know
yeah,
how their hierarchy works,
yeah.
but the best thing, logistically speaking, that can be done is to have an account transfer of like materials, monies, whatever
That's what
in-game
I'm talking
currency,
about. Yeah.
maybe to something of that nature. But everything else,
Just the
I
worth.
yeah,
Just the
like if
worth.
that's it, then I think that would be worth
I
it,
think
and I
the
think that could
simplest thing
be
they could do
classified.
is transfer the net worth of those accounts because
Yeah,
then I think people don't care about rebuilding. I think when they come, if they have all their money, they'll be happy to rebuild. It'll be fun for them to buy
sure,
things again, build things again. That's what
sure.
these guys like to do. It's the just you have to have something to give them that money. Otherwise, the people playing GTA Online are going to be pissed.
Yeah, I
If they
agree.
because once GTA 6 launches, there's now an expiration date on GTA Online. There's an expiration
Agreed.
date. I don't know when it is, but
Agreed.
there is an expiration date going to be put on there. At some point, they will shut those servers down in
100%.
favor of everything GTA 6 and beyond.
100%. Yeah,
And
they
then
definitely will have to sunset it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
110.
So you're going to have to do something to appease the people that have allowed you to spend 10 years making a game. And
I
in
agree.
the end, when they do that, they will make billions again
Yeah. Yeah.
on
I agree with
GTA
that
6 Online. Yeah.
110%.
And
And Rockstar, they usually know what they're doing. So more than likely they're going to implement something. It may not be on launch. Let me say that.
oh,
It may
yeah, it's
not
not gonna
be
be
on
online.
launch.
I don't think so.
It may not be on launch, but at some point there will be something to be implemented in order for somebody to get their currency or whatever the case may be. Because of course, and like you're right, you got to appease those people. They are literally the reason why this game can cost
Exactly.
$2 billion and nobody is sweating. None.
Nope. They are
Nobody's
they are
sweating.
gonna be say, here, take my money again. Take it.
Yep.
Take it.
Yes.
Take it
Yes.
all.
And like this is like the first time ever in my career and in any of this when I've looked at like, oh, that game cost $2 billion, and I'm not like, oh my god, what are they going to do? I'm like, oh, 2 billion. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because you already know they're going to
Yeah.
make oogles of
Yeah.
money, tens of billions,
And you're
tens
absolutely
of billions of
every
dollars gonna be made.
time you and I have had this discussion about one of these companies where they make this games, Veilguard, Concord, all these discussions we had over the past couple of years, we knew they were going to be failures. And you said
Yep.
so yourself, you told us what the numbers were going to be. Assassin's Creed Shadows, all these things fail because they spend a ton of money that will never come back. Rockstar will get their money back in
They're gonna
time.
be
It's
paid.
going to take a few years, but they will get their money back in time, and they know it, and their masters know it.
Oh yeah,
Their board of
they
directors, they
know
all freaking know it. They all know it.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
So it's gonna be fine. And the fake fans could talk about wanting to make this guy Jason, to making him a gay icon. They want to be gay. They could do all that shit, and people are gonna ignore their dumbasses.
Yeah, no, like this, nothing is going to stop this train.
No,
Nothing's
no,
going to stop this train.
no.
Like they can come up and be like, the main character is over there sucking balls behind the 7-Eleven. Like they're like, oh, okay, we'll just work around him. And like no one, there's no controversy that's going to stop this train.
And the controversies I've heard is that certain people aren't there anymore, certain developers, leads aren't there. It's still not enough at the end of discussions that people still say we're gonna buy the game.
Yeah.
They still say we're gonna buy the game. They're worried about having Lucia be the more protagonist than Jason. They're
Nobody
still
cares.
gonna buy the game.
Yeah.
To find out.
This game is going to make so much money. Empires are going to be built.
And
Off of
Jeremy made a great point, and God help me, I said that, where careers were made over GTA 5 and GTA 5
Yes.
online.
Yes.
Aiden Ross is the one that was thrown out to me. Now, I wish here's what makes me hate myself for not being this. How shows you I'm not that good a grifter. I'm not going to play this game, even though it could make a career or be big. But no, I'm still not going to play it because I don't like playing these games. They're not fun for me. So, but people will make gaming careers online over this next game. And here's my prediction of what they're going to do online to keep it going before we move to the next part of the discussion. I've said this. I'm going on the record now again. They're going to make GTA 6 Online, the new GTA Online. After that, they're never going to make another numbered GTA game because of what they're going to do is they're going to turn the online game into GTA America. And every state will be something. And you're just going to go to state with your original characters doing shit.
That makes perfect sense to me.
They'll walk you up the coastline, then they'll get you across, get to San Andreas eventually. That's what they're going to do. That's my
That makes sense.
prediction.
No,
And
and I
then,
think it's a good prediction. I think it's
yeah,
really, really smart. And I think
yeah,
it's a good way to extend the life of this game for eternity.
eternity.
So,
They'll never have to make another game. Now
yeah,
I hear now our good friend Horny Alf and other guys say all they want is a story mode. They don't want the online stuff. And Alf understands this conversation too because we talked about it. He said, I get it. They're not listening to me because I'm a minority in this situation. The majority want the online. They want that experience.
yes,
Very few
yes,
people, just want the story mode and then be done, and then we'll replay the story mode.
that's correct.
Majority want the online experience, and that's where the money is, and that's where Rockstar is going to invest for years and years to
100%.
come.
And they'd be fools not to.
Why not do
And
it?
that's,
Zach? Why not do it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
here's the Grand Theft Auto 6 thing. This thing, it's going to make all the money next year.
yes, it is.
For the rest of the year, though, gaming industry is looking weird. Now, this happened a week ago, but I'm bringing it up. Electronics Arts fired a bunch of people,
Yes, they did.
canceled what everybody wasn't sure was going to happen. Respawn canceled Titanfall 3
Yeah,
officially forever. It's done. And I'm not surprised because Rockstar may make all the money in the world next year,
they are.
but Dre, the rest of the video game industry, they're taking hits hard.
Yeah, big time. The layoffs at EA, once again, it's always terrible. It's always terrible when you see that in the industry. Because the people that are losing their jobs are usually the folks that have nothing to do with the problems in that company. It's always the people that are just they just come there to do their jobs, 9-to-5 workers. And trust me, it's always the worst thing. It's always the worst. So my heart goes out to all of them. Now, but based on the projects that they were working on, there is no clamoring for any of the things that EA is pumping out. Nothing, less than nothing. EA is done for as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But it just breaks my heart that people, hardworking people, are the ones that's going to take all the hits on all this, and shareholders, the people that pull the triggers to make EA what it is now, are just going to get off and just start another company or reinvest their money in something else, and that part is sad. But EA's finished, and I don't think it's going to go anybody to sit there and defend it unless you go the sports division, fine. The sports division is always going to make money because FIFA is the most popular freaking sports game in the history of humankind. But other than that, the rest of their divisions are burning. Respawn is dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
BioWare is dead.
Yeah, dead. They're dead.
They killed it. They helped kill it. Helped kill it. I have sympathy for people with jobs, but I have no sympathy for EA as a corporation.
No, not at all. Not one bit.
So the industry is not healthy. At the same time, this is also a story from last week. Xbox, with the whole bit of let's raise game prices, they say we're going to raise prices on our console nobody's already buying.
I don't know why Xbox always does this. And look, I've been an Xbox lifer at this point for many, many, many years. Stop chasing the dragon. For those that know,
you get it. You catch me.
Stop chasing the dragon. And like Nintendo can do what they want if they, because their fan base is freaking handcuffed to them, and they've been handcuffed for decades. You can't do the same thing for Xbox. I've been saying this for years. Xbox has never had a legit fan base. It never has had one.
Wait, Dre, wait. I was always told that the real gamers played on the Xbox 360. I've been told that forever. That if you weren't playing Halo and all that stuff, you're not a real gamer. All the ponies on the PlayStation 3. Oh no, your real gamers are on the Xbox. I've been told that for years.
And they were lying. Xbox has never had a legit fan base. Xbox has always been what I like to call a hybrid fan base. It will be for those that originally were hardcore PC gamers that then transitioned over to Xbox or never left PC. That's it.
And they've all gone back to PC now. They've all gone back.
Yes, like me, I do both. It's there's no reason for me to just be like, I'm an exclusive Xbox guy. There's nothing. What titles do in history has been like, hey, you better get an Xbox or you're gonna miss out? None. Zero.
And here you go. Exclusivity is the thing. We've discussed it. I think it needs to go away. I had a discussion a week or two ago about exclusivity with some of the other guys, and some people define it differently. Some people do buy based on that. I personally don't. I just want to play my games and left alone. I go where I know the hardware is going to work, and I know where at least my genres are going to be. Not so much the games, but the genres are going to feed me, specifically RPGs. PlayStation feeds me RPGs.
Yes,
Xbox never did. Nintendo stopped, and that's why originally I shifted to Sony, because that's where my library was going to be, RPG games. But you bring that up. We know that Xbox owns Bethesda. Microsoft owns Bethesda. And a couple weeks ago, the sudden release of Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster, literally remaster, not remake, because it literally had every single bug the original game had, all the problems. And now, a couple weeks later, if you're playing on PC, there are problems. Here, this article from this morning. Tech experts say Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster camera breaks the longer you play and eventually crashes when loading a save. Call for emergency patch. This is Bethesda to a T, isn't it?
Yes, this is exactly what Bethesda does. They, like, when I say that they took Oblivion and literally just gave it a new coat of paint.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
they took Oblivion and gave it a new coat of paint.
Yep.
They changed nothing. I mean nothing.
If you have the original Game of the Year edition, you still have the same game, and you've already played it. I mean, our friend Samuel the Infamous, Sam said he loves Oblivion. He played the hell out of it for years, but he's played it. He's done with it. He doesn't need to play it again with a fresh coat of paint.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Skyrim has been redone to death.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got to go back further.
Because they're never going to make 6. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Not
in our lifetimes.
Not happening. So here we go. This is the industry. Bethesda, as you said, a wing of Microsoft. They just put out the game. Now, everybody bought this game, and if you're having fun, that's great.
Yeah.
But nobody pretend that this is a sign of a healthy industry right here.
No.
You shelled out something that was old with a remaster. You probably didn't spend too much money on it, and you made
they
much
spent
money.
No money on the marketing either. They just
Yeah.
shadow dropped that bitch.
And that worked, Jed. That did work for the marketing.
It's shocking how well it
Yeah.
worked. They probably made gobs of money on this because, like you said, it's a coat of paint. It's not a remake. They put virtually no investment into making it, and then virtually no investment into the marketing. That this costs like, I don't know, $20 million to make at most.
Todd is standing there pointing and laughing at all of us.
Yep.
You did it. You did it again. I proved you're all drones. You're just going to give me the money.
After everything that they've released the last few years, I wish people would stop doing this with Bethesda. Like 76 was not good.
Yeah, I mean,
this won't make money.
I mean, think about it. I just reacted to Internet Historian's 76 video, Fall of 76, the other day. The launch was a disaster. Yes, the game was recovered, but the launch was a disaster and never really recouped the fan base. Those who are there are the hardcore people who love it. You didn't bring anybody new in. So, it's not healthy. And then you throw this on top of that. Nintendo. Now, you mentioned Nintendo. The Nintendo drones, we're going to call them what they are, Nintendo drones. They're going to buy the Switch too, no matter what. They're going to buy the Switch. Mm-hmm. But this is worrying. This is Big Brother shit.
I think this is bad. This is
terrible.
Let's read. Nintendo can and will brick your Switch console for modding and piracy, according to Pause. Let's read this real quick.
Well, to be clear, the actual agreement, as far as I'm aware, lists those as potential reasons, but also say like etc. They reserve the right to brick it for any reason. That was
my point. Yes, it may just be ambiguous, but that's still Nintendo saying we're going to make the call. And if we don't like it, sorry, you signed your user agreement. Because let's be honest, do we read user agreements? No, we don't. No. See the South Park episode with the with the centipede. We don't read them. We just want to get onto our game. That means you've signed away your right to complain. And if they decide that your Nintendo Switch you just paid $450 for, if you have done something they don't like, they will go through the airwaves and they will brick your shit. They will turn it off and say, sorry, this is scary Big Brother shit. And Dre, you said it. Nintendo knows they can get away with it. This is frightening. This is frightening. And there is an article on Bounding into Comics. U.S. spending on video game subscriptions flat since 2021. Analyst warns premium services are not the future gaming. This speaks directly to Game Pass. While great for the customer, bad business decision. which is why I said last week in a discussion, not here on Ballbusters, that the reason Xbox is doing this, raising the prices, is because Game Pass is a failure. It's a failure as a business. It doesn't make them money. So, Jed, this gaming industry is not the AAA gaming industry, not double A. They're making bank.
They're doing fantastic. Like
Yeah.
Expedition 33. It's actually giving us sales numbers. I'm
30
not super
million.
interested in the game. Turn-based isn't my style, but I very much respect how successful it is. But they're giving me the sales numbers, and I absolutely love that. When they say, hey, we've sold 3 million units, I believe that, versus Ubisoft saying, oh, there's 3 million players on Assassin's Creed Shadows. What does that mean? That's a worthless metric.
Mhm.
So I think Expedition sold more units than Assassin's Creed Shadows and unequivocally made more profit because obviously it cost a lot less.
Their development team was 30 people.
Versus 2 hours.
Former Ubisoft employees who left to make good games. Now, I love turn-based. I'm a JRPG player. This is in the heart of JRPGs. My copy will arrive in 2 days, and we're going to start streaming it this week. Finally, I'm getting there, catching up late. Join me for that. We're going to have fun. I know Static is waiting to see how I'm going to feel about it. But this is the AA community is doing great. They're making money. Pal World, even though Pal World's getting sued by bitch-made Nintendo over this shit, petty Nintendo suing Pal World over this stuff. Like, here's the thing: Pal World is success, but Pal World's success is not going to hurt Pokemon.
Oh God, no! The new Pokemon game is still going to sell extraordinarily well.
A to Z is going to sell mega. The next major installment will sell mega. So Nintendo suing Pal World, Pocket Games, that's petty. Their bottom line will not be hurt by Pal World ever. So
I just wish that AA, we saw an industry like this in Hollywood, because that's the biggest thing. Even with small movies like Naked Gun we were talking about, their budgets are astronomical, way higher than they should be. But there's not really an independent movie market that has any sort of staying power. I wish we had an independent movie sphere that could get into the theaters and be successful like the independent sphere in gaming. The independent sphere in gaming, the AA studios, they're killing it. They're making cheap games that are so much better than AAA games, quality-wise, and just overall, you're going to get a better gaming experience from a AA game, and they're going to make way more money. We need that in the Hollywood sphere. It's ridiculous that we don't.
But that's because it's decentralized. Because the creatives will eventually go, and if they are working within a budget on a game, it's going to be there. And even though I am not a fan of digital only, AA's can get their games on Steam, and people will buy them and spread good word very easily. And then they'll make physical copies, because then, I got my physical copy of Starship Troopers, which is a AA game, did really well, still doing decently. They're coming out with a new update. Jed, they're going to release the flyers soon in the game. That's going to be a nightmare for us for those playing that game. We mentioned Expedition 33. Even though it's a remaster and a re-release, Gung Ho Games, they did not understand the desire for the Lunar Remastered series. And they are now behind the 8 ball trying to get out physical copies. So much so that the scalpers abused the system because they didn't do pre-orders. They had bots ready. They bought up all the copies, which is why I didn't get a copy at release, because the scalpers had bots buying them up by the dozens. So then they could sell them at triple the price on Amazon. Well, Gung Ho Games got a clue, made a couple deals. Yes, I had to pay $3 extra, which I'm willing to do. But I'm getting my physical copy, but it has to come from Canada. It's going to arrive probably in the next couple of weeks. But the order's placed. They did a lot of pre-order. I'll get it. But that's because demand was there. They didn't realize how big it was, though. And that's an old game. But that's a AA company. Gung Ho Games is not a AAA company. They're a AA company doing small work. They're going to make good money on this stuff. They have to make more. People want it. People are not clamoring for Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are not clamoring for the next clone of whatever crap game that failed already. So this is the industry is not healthy at the upper levels, but it's healthy in the mid-game, the mid-range game with the smaller companies. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. What's going to happen in the next few years is we're going to watch the collapse of what was the old AAA, and the current AA's are going to become the new AAA. And it's going to be
wonderful.
And it's going to be held up and promoted and supported by people who make these games, who are actual gamers, who want a good experience, and by those of us who just want good gaming again. That's what I predict. It's going to take a couple years, but it's going to happen.
And we always run the risk of business people that destroyed the AAA studios getting involved in the AA studios. But yeah, when it comes to the AAA studios and the consoles, Nintendo's the only one that's really doing well, and they're doing insanely well. I am disappointed in the general gaming public for how much they're slopping up what Nintendo gives them. And this doesn't seem to be changing their mind. The whole, we're going to brick your Switch if we don't like you. That should change people's minds. But it's only really being talked about by people who are already thinking negative things about Nintendo.
Or we're being objective like us. Like, we're looking at the grand picture.
Yeah. I'm not buying a Switch 2 with my own money. At this point, I've made that decision. If I'm going to be given a Switch 2, sure. But there's not enough there for me. One game at launch, and then maybe someday other games I might be interested in. Once there's a Zelda game, that would be the time that I make that decision. But at this point, it's too expensive to be worth so little to me.
There's very little desire to play anything top tier new. I mean, I can't think of an upcoming AAA game that I give a shit about right now. I mean, there's a couple of mid-level games, like there's another mech game. Anything I care about is AA. And I'll get and hopefully I'll get a physical copy for it. So that's the state of the industry, and I think they have a long way to go to fix the upper tier, and the upper tier will only be fixed when it collapses and a new generation, a new regime takes over. And I'll be happy to say goodbye to the AAA companies that have been reigning for the past 20 years. I'll be happy. You're not what you once were. You're not making games for gamers anymore. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.